Hi, my name is Omar. Today you're watching RPTV. And today we are joined with a special guest, Angel. And so we are going to be talking about mental health show. Hi, Angel.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. So, Angel, you're from the organization called Love Cry. Can you tell us more about that?
Love Cry is a nonprofit organization that we put together years ago for street kids, and it's just grown and grown and grown, and now it's become a healing cafe. So we help deal with the actual issues of abuse.
Okay. Who does mental illness affect?
It affects everybody and everything. The whole world is aching and hurting because of it. If we don't think properly, that energy goes from our mind to our soul and out. And so if it's negative, everything around there is filling up with negative energy. So if it's positive, positive energy is happening. So when you think negatively, that is in itself mental illness. When you can't be honest, again, that's mental illness.
So negative and positive can be mental illness as well.
Yeah. You have to learn to think with love and think correctly. You have to deal with all the issues that have hurt you and all the things you've done to other people and take them to the point of forgiveness so you can let them go and think clearly.
So in other words, it's good to forgive people and to to help them out.
Without forgiveness, there is no healing at all.
I understand that. Okay. How does mental illness impact the individual dealing with as well as their family?
Well, mental illness hurts because it isolates you, so you can't really connect with your family anymore. So it's hurting the whole family because of that. There's not that tight unit anymore. And the more people in the household that show strong signs of mental illness, the more destruction and abuse you got.
So my question is how can we get unity? How can we join the families together and make it better?
Everybody has to have counseling and therapy to work things through and to get to the point where we can connect properly. And then it just happens. Once you've cleared out all the garbage in your head, you just automatically start becoming closer to people.
Do you believe families can be a role for counseling and stuff like that?
Yes, I do. I think we should start with the families because that's who needs it the most.
I say FF, family first.
Yes, family first. Yeah.
What are some stigmas that you feel surrounded by mental illness and how do you feel?
Constant put downs. And if the police know that you're mentally ill, they harass you, they chase after you. It's just people don't handle it well. And most likely because they're not dealing with their own. And when I was a kid, my mom used to hate the thought of anything wrong with your mind. It just wasn't allowed. Okay? So when the doctor told her that her headaches were caused from her thinking, she thought the doctor was nuts and she just tabooed any psychiatry whatsoever.
Wow. And how does does it perpetuate stereotypes and stuff like that?
All kinds of them. It doesn't matter what you do. I've seen people put people down because they can't think as quickly as the next guy. Or so they're just as irrational when you think about it because they can't think, and this guy's pressuring them to think. So both are in the wrong.
So I think there's three things in the mind. One is logic, one is rational mind, and one is emotional mind. Logic deals with understanding of the brain and everything. Yeah, and rational is like the way you think, and emotional mind the way you're sad, you become sad and you become happy. What do you think of that?
I think that makes sense to me. I look at it as the right side is your emotional side, so it has to balance with the left side and then come to the center.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're not going to get technical out of the right side of your brain. You're going to get emotional no matter what. But the technical part and how to do it and the blueprints are all on the left side of your brain.
So you gotta keep good faith, balance it out, connection, right? Cool. Okay. So my next question is, how does these stigmas and stereotypes affect an individual who's dealing with these issues?
In my case, before they had help out there, I was suicidal all the time. I wanted the pain to stop, so I was going to kill myself to make that pain stop because it didn't seem like there was any other way. I took their pills. I did the shock treatments. I went more therapy than you could count. But none of it worked. None of it, because they didn't have the spiritual aspect of it. So it wasn't until I found the spiritual aspect. I was suicidal, and that happens to a lot of people.
Okay. How do you feel like all this contributes to the chances of them getting asking for help and getting help from like a counselor or stuff?
I really believe it's how it's approached. If you approach with a cold bookworm sort of attitude, you're not going to heal anything because it's just not understandable. We have to approach each other like friends, not like doctor and client or counselor and client. Friends. Open your heart, open your mind.
My next question is, what are some ways of dealing with these issues and how can you receive help?
Dealing with them, you have to look at them. Okay, say you're raped when you're a child. Okay, that's been hidden from your mind for a lot of years because you blacked it out. So say it comes back. You need somebody there to help you talk it out, to deal with it, to work through the pain. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen in 5 minutes. You work through that pain and you keep working through it and keep working through it. You try to understand what the perpetrator was on about, why they would even do that.
Yeah.
And you find enough answers if you really look at it clearly, and enough answers to forgive. That's what you need. You need to deal with the pain so it comes out, you cry out, and then understanding to forgive.
So it's a gradual thing. It takes time. It takes time. Cool. Okay. My next question is what are some common stigmas surrounding mental illness?
Stupid, retarded, daft, nuts, ugly. Those are the names I got called.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't true either, but I grew up thinking it was.
How do we debunk these stigmas and stereotypes? How do we debunk them?
Well, they're already starting to. We all have to stand up and say we're not going to take that anymore, and the people that want to help have to do the same thing. Okay, when you see somebody putting down somebody on the street, step up, cut it out. Yeah, cut it out. You don't need to be doing that. Yeah, stick up for each other.
Stick up for each other, help other people out, you know? If somebody's feeling put down, step in and step in and take the initiative, right? Okay. Now, I want to say, can you tell me more about your spiritual healings?
The spiritual healing it is not one belief system because all belief systems to me are valid. Everyone has a truth somewhere. So they're all needed for different people for different reasons. But whatever you believe in, I call it the universe most of the time, if you believe in that enough, you can draw on that and learn how to be humane. And that's what's missing out here. We don't have enough humanity. We don't love enough. So when you think about it, love is the biggest power. So you got that as your base. And that is spiritual to begin with.
Yeah.
So then you learn to deal with that and to give it to yourself. That's the biggest healer.
Yeah, like you can say I'm a spiritual guy too, you know?
Yeah, I know,
So,
see
like,
that.
basically how I think is like life, like in general, like our spirituality and all that, like life's like a bird with two wings and a head. One wing with fear and the other wing with hope. Fear in God's punishment, other wing hope in God's mercy. And in the center of that is love. Love is the head.
Yes.
Can a bird fly without a head?
It's not likely.
No, right? It can't, right? So the whole point is the center is love. So if we show love to people, our fellow mankind, and treat them with respect, I think that's the goal.
That is the goal.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at life, you know?
Yeah, and since mental illness derives from self-hatred most of the time, or people hating on you, or whatever the case, how it happens, that hatred has to stop. So it's got to be replaced with something. If hate can grow, so can love. So let's get at it.
Let's get on it.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching RPTV, today's show. It's been a pleasure to meet you today.
Mine too, yeah.
Beautiful name you got, Angel.
Thank you. I got wings.
You got wings?
Yeah.
So let's fly together. Yeah! So that's it on RPTV. You're talking about mental health show. Tune in next time.